Welcome back, everyone, to Sky Bees. And I have, well, from a wandering trader over there, I should say, I've gotten a skeleton skull and a sea pickle. Why, you might ask? Well, I don't really have a reason, but because why not? That's the main thing. Why not have a skeleton skull and a sea pickle? But anyway, so in between episodes, I actually had to make another mana pool because this one got filled up. And honestly, it even looks like this one's going to get filled up. We can see, like, right here, it's like already a quarter of the way full. I guess that's, mana is never a bad thing. Having too much mana, I can't complain. 2 episodes ago, we didn't have enough mana, so this is an improvement. But anyway, so this episode, we are going to get into automatic centrifuging, which means we have to get into power. Or I guess I should say power. But we start by getting dielectric paste, which is actually a Britannia thing over here. So we can get dielectric paste from putting coal into a mana pool. I do happen to have one piece of coal here, so we might as well just go do that and we can get started on power. Because I was looking into generators here, electric generators, and I think I'm actually going to take out the heat generator and the evaporation generator just because it seems like the units of power here are like FE and it comes in like FE per tick, I think is what that means. And the evaporation generator and the heat generator don't actually state how much they generate. So I'm going to kind of forego those for now and either go with the thermo generator or the solar panel. Not really sure which. I can't tell which one is easier to make. I might have to look into it a little bit. But regardless, we have to get dielectric paste first. So I'm just going to do this. And we got it. So we got that quest right there. That is done. And maybe does that allow us to get into power? Nice. Okay, so there we go. So we've started this one, and now we have gotten our power manual. Oh yeah, so there we go. So it looks like it's going to tell us all about these generators. Yeah, so looking into it in this manual, I think I'm probably going to go with the solar panel because the thermo generator, so I have to put it on top of like a hot block, so like lava or it looks like magma block also works, but it requires a coolant to run, which I think means I would have to constantly supply it with water, which like isn't difficult. I just don't want to have to remember to do that. And it seems like the solar panel, I mean, it just sits there and generates power. I mean, that's literally free power. So I think I'm going to go with this. Not sure if it's like more complicated or not, but we can worry about that in a second. Because first, I want to do some cooking. Because I was looking around and I found this. It's cooking for blockheads. So if I just put a book in a furnace, then I guess I get that manual. So I've already got a book here. And there we go. So we've got cooking for blockheads. I have no idea actually how to use this at all. Oh, okay. So here we go. So we need the no filter edition. So if I do that, now we've got the no filter edition. Okay, so there we go. So now we can look at, I guess, all the food that's available. Oh my God. Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff. All right, so, maybe we don't do this for now because it looks like, I could just build like a whole kitchen and I'm going to not do that yet. But I do see that there's a toaster here and it says it turns bread into toast. I kind of want to know what toast looks like and tastes like. So, let's do it, I guess. Okay, so I think I have the stuff I need to make this. Yeah, there we go. So we have a toaster. All right, let's see what happens if I put bread in. Okay, well, that's running. I'm going to go work up an app. Oh, okay. You know what? I have to right-click it. Okay. While that's going, I'm going to go work up an appetite. What better way to work up an appetite than to break your legs? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So we now have some toast. Is it better than bread? Okay, it gives me more saturation than bread, but like other than that, it's not really. I guess it's maybe like a better like battle food because of the saturation, but yeah, no, we're going to ignore that. Let's move on to instead get a solar panel. All right, so actually the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to see how I can make the centrifuge. Because once I have the centrifuge, hopefully that'll tell me how much power it needs. And then I can figure out how many solar panels I need. So we're doing a little bit of like backwards working here, but that's okay. Okay, and we have our first automatic, wait a minute, what? It says converts honeycombs into resources using RF, but these generate FE. Okay, I'm just going to go for it, and we're just going to see what happens. If they're incompatible, they're incompatible, but we're just going to go with it for now. So we have our first automatic centrifuge. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there we go. It says FE. But how much does it actually take? Oh, man, it doesn't. Yeah, okay, so I was hoping it would say. But I guess we just have to go make a solar panel, and we'll find out. So to make a solar panel, we're going to need 3 photoelectric panes. Wow, that's advanced. Okay, so we're going to need some framed glass, which means I need glass in the first place. Okay, and if I did my math right, I think we need an additional 12 dielectric paste. Okay, but while that is running, so I'm going to need some basic capacitors. And okay, so if I go ahead and do this, I think it said this is what I need to make a basic capacitor. And then I need this dielectric casing. And to get that, I need a dielectric rod. Okay, yeah, and so I'm a little bit out of iron, so while those guys are making more iron, let's work on whatever that glass stuff was. So there is our framed glass, and with the framed glass, right, we need to make the, wait a second. Did I just see that we can just use regular glass panes? I am so angry right now. All right, so this framed glass is actually super expensive, so I'm putting this back. I'm just going to grab these random glass panes here. So we're going to need 4 dielectric paste per thing and 4 lapis, as well as 1 pane. So we're going to need 3 of these. Of course, I did not make enough dielectric paste. All right, and there we go. So we got 3 photoelectric panes. So now the last thing that we need is this dielectric casing, and I think we need a whole lot of iron for that. So let's go see if my bees have produced some more iron. Alrighty, and with our last 4 iron ingots, as well as 4 dielectric rods, we can make a dielectric casing. And that should be everything that we need in order to make this solar panel. And there we go. We've got one single starter solar panel. Now we actually need to figure out how to hook this up to the centrifuge. So I'm hoping that this is going to tell me. It looks like there's some like cables or something here. Yeah, so maybe these like energy cables. Right, so a starter energy cable. Yeah, we're going to need more iron. Okay, and I probably don't need 24 energy cables, but I don't really want to run out and have to make these again, so we're just going to go with it. So 24 energy cables. We got 1 solar panel. Let's see if it actually works. So in this picture, it looks like you put the solar panel on top of the energy cable and then run the energy cable somewhere. So I probably need a place that has some like unobstructed light. And you know what? Actually, I don't know why I didn't think of this. I can probably just put the solar panel right on top of the centrifuge just as like a test. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I don't even, these cables are unnecessary. But let's see if that's enough. If I feed it some glass bottles, there we go. And if I grab all of my gravel honeycombs, let's see. Oh yeah, it's not even close. So I can't tell how much that needed, but it wasn't even, yeah, we're gonna need way more solar panels. All right, but let me go take care of all that, and I'll bring you all back in when I have a decent amount of solar panels. Okay, and so I've got a little array here set up, and it's pretty good, but it's not quite good enough. So I'm actually going to put it into the floor, set up a more permanent thing, but I want to make some upgraded solar panels. So right here, yeah, you can make some basic solar panels, which granted, 1 basic solar panel requires 3 starter solar panels, and isn't actually as good as those 3, but it is a lot more compact, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have 2 basic solar panels and then a starter solar panel in the middle, and that should hopefully be enough to keep this thing running full time. But I guess we'll see. But first, I need to take these down so that I can actually upgrade them. So I believe what I needed to do is if I put 3 there, and then I think we needed to do this, and that is, yeah, there we go. So that is a basic solar panel. And so now we have 2 basic solar panels and 1 starter solar panel. So hopefully that'll be enough. So I'm going to put the basic solar panels on the outside there, and I'll put the starter one in the middle. So hopefully, you know, I mean, I guess we'll see, but hopefully this should work. So if I go ahead and bring this downstairs, I've actually already got a little bit of an area set up. So I've got a collection chest. Hopefully that works. I don't actually know if a hopper can pull out of a centrifuge, but I guess we'll find out. And then I'll put that there. Okay, and it looks like actually it's still not enough. So you can see this solar panel is starting to lose some of its additional sort of stored charge. So I think that means that even these three still aren't enough to actually fully power the centrifuge. Oh yeah, and I guess the other thing that I hadn't thought of is these don't work at night, do they? So if I forget to sleep, then that's not going to be good. It's going to stop running. And also, I can't really AFK or else they're going to stop working. Okay, so while that thing is generating more gravel so that I can get more iron, and also while the bee is producing more iron, I actually need to get more into drawers because this right here, yeah, this is completely out of hand. I mean, it's like beyond out of hand. There's like... yeah. So I did realize there's something called a drawer controller. Now, I don't actually know what this does, but if you're going to call something a drawer controller, it kind of sounds like it's going to make the drawers smart. So maybe I can have the drawers next to each other and it'll like automatically sort them. And that would be insanely useful because then I could just make a drawer for each of these honeycombs and it'll just automatically put it in there. I don't need to have this like weird like bonkers chest that doesn't make any sense or anything. It could just be a hopper that goes into a drawer controller that then has a bunch of drawers under it. Now, I don't think I need 12 different drawers. So there's 12 different... All right, so there's 12 different bees in there, but I don't think I need 12 different drawers because, I mean, just a basic 1x2 drawer here can hold 16 stacks of each. And that's already pretty good. So if I just make 6 of these drawers, that's already going to hold 16 stacks of each of the honeycombs that are in there. And that should have me pretty set, at least for now. Plus, I can always craft the first upgrade, and then it'll be 32 stacks of each. And I think that's honestly way more than we would actually need. So in order to make this drawer controller, it looks like, I mean, surprisingly, I don't even need iron. I just need a drawer and some comparators and a diamond. All right, so there we go. We've got one drawer controller, and I'm going to need 6 of these 1x2 drawers. Okay, and there we go. So we've got one drawer controller and 6 of these dark oak drawers. So actually, I should probably just real quick test this out. So if I put that there, and now let's just say I have a stack of coal. So let's say I put a stack of coal in there, and then let's say I put it into the drawer controller. What happens? Yes. Okay, so that's exactly what I was hoping. I was hoping that it would do that. So it looks like as soon as I clicked on the drawer controller, it just immediately put it into the correct drawer. So now I'm hoping that if there's multiple drawers next to each other, that it'll work. I'm not going to test it because I'm lazy. So let's just put it all in. Let's just see if it happens. All right, I'm going to consider that to be organized. So it looks like this is actually all working now. So that should be much, much better storage. Okay, and now the moment that we've all been waiting for. So I can finally build the third basic solar panel. There we go. So we've got 3 basic solar panels. I'm going to assume... You know what? Actually, I've spoken too soon. I was going to say I'm going to assume that it's not enough power. But it looks like it is because that number is definitely going up, which means that I am now finally generating more power than I am using. Since this thing is now good and ready to go, I might as well just throw all this in there and we can start processing it all. Okay, and so going back to my issue of this not running overnight because it's not going to be generating any power since there's no sun, I'm going to create an energy cell, which I'm assuming is just a battery. Okay, but there we go. So we've got a starter energy cell. So it looks like it can store 100,000 FE. So that's pretty good. And I guess its max output is 200 FE per tick. I'm just going to put it right there. All right, so this actually all happened way faster than I had originally been planning. So I'm going to actually break open this mob farm. And I think, I mean, since we have the time, we might as well just go ahead and upgrade it and actually make it a functioning mob farm. Okay, but actually real quick. So the sun is going down, which means I think this thing, yeah, there we go. So this guy is now discharging, and that's exactly what we were expecting. But it's discharging way faster than I thought it was going to. It's definitely not going to last an entire night. But I guess it'll last long enough for me to, like, go to sleep. Yeah, so I'm down here at the bottom of the world because I know that this is a slime chunk, and I realize that I need slime in order to build the mob farm up there, in order to like build it up. And I literally left for like 30 seconds to go sleep, and that thing spawned. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like I should be scared. Okay, it seems like when I get really close to it, it starts to move towards me. Okay, I don't know what that was. For some reason, it didn't make a sound. Yeah, no, it actually did make a sound. My game audio was just broken, so just don't pay attention to that. Anyway, so I have all the slime that I need for the mob farm, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a more like common issue. So I figured I would just go ahead and breed the slime bee so that I can start to produce slime, but, you know, without having to come down here and farm it at least. But, you know, I need a slime block as the flower, which means I need a bunch of slime. So I'm building up this platform here and hoping that slimes will spawn. Okay, and for the slime bee, I think I just need to breed the snowball bee and the zombie together, and it should be a 100% chance for a slime bee. So here goes. Wow, they're aggressive. Oh yeah, there we go. So there is the slime bee. And put this down, and the slime bee should be good to go. So right over here, I have my super fancy, what I'm referring to as water stream access ladder. It's patent pending, but it, you know, I think I have a good shot at really making some good strides here. What I'm here for is building up the farm. So it's not a very complicated design. My plan is to use trapdoors to hold some water, and then the water is just going to be released every once in a while, just like that. And then the water, they'll be flipped up like this, and the water is going to be inside them. And then periodically, so mobs are going to spawn in here, and periodically they're going to get flipped down like that, and they'll flow over here, and the mobs will fall down, and then I'll channel them into this hole here. All right, so the water has been placed. Now I have to put blocks above it that I can power. Okay, these guys control the trapdoors. This is the clock to tell everything what to do. And then these guys will relay the signal. These guys are the smart ones, so they'll actually figure out what is all happening. And then they will tell these guys to push the signal around to then power on or off the trapdoors. There we go. So they are on opposite settings right now. So when one platform is being flushed with water, the other one is not. That way there's always a place for mobs to spawn. And now I just got to do some more spawn proofing. All right, and the last piece of the puzzle, if I put a redstone block here, and I'll put it on, let's say, a 32 block timer. Hopefully this should be a functioning mob farm. We'll see in a second if it actually works the way it's supposed to. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, and it sounds like, yep, so one of them opened and the other one closed. Okay, so I think the next thing that we're going to set our sights on is actually the apiary, because I think the apiary automates the collection on its own, so I won't have to do all this funky stuff with all the collection down there. It'll just do it for me, and that actually sounds like pretty ideal, if I'm being honest. So we're going to work on getting that. That means we need 4 tier 4 beehives. Fortunately, we already have 3 that we were going to use in there. So we just need 1 more, and then we can get these, you know, resourceful honeycombs. That's easy enough. The main thing is the nether star. And the nether star, usually I would need to kill a wither. I could go to the end fortress. I know that there was like a, you know, a fortress that was, you know, through here. Or sorry, a nether fortress, not an end fortress. But I know there was one through here that I could go to, and I could fight a whole bunch of withers and get some wither heads and then fight, you know, the actual wither itself, the wither boss. But I don't want to do that. And that's the whole reason why the bees are here, right? So it looks like I can actually get them from a wither honeycomb, which I can get from a wither bee. In order to get a wither bee, I believe I need to, yeah, so I got to breed a wither skeleton bee as well as a soul sand bee. And the soul sand bee I can get from breeding a netherrack bee and a sand bee, which is super easy, and that's a 100% chance. So I can just do that like immediately. Well, I guess I need the netherrack bee first. So then to get a netherrack bee, I just have to breed a cobblestone bee and a redstone bee, and that is also 100% chance. So that's super, super easy. And then to get the wither skeleton bee, I have to breed a soul sand bee and a netherrack bee. So that's actually like, that's all in general super, super easy. It's just 4 new bees that we need, or I guess 3 new bees that we need in order to get this 4th bee. And then we can really start to work on getting the apiary. So let me breed those up, and I think that will probably be the last thing that I do today. And there we go. So that is a nice netherrack bee. Okay, so there's my lava, and there is my redstone. We got our netherrack, and I can go ahead and plop that right there. And now we have our soul sand bee. Okay, real quick, actually, we got a soul sand honeycomb here for the first time. Time to eat it. Ooh. Would you look at that? So we actually got another 2 hearts. So we're now at 2 full health bars now. That's pretty exciting. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, these 2 bees have grown up. So soul sand bee and netherrack bee. And so they should make, there we go. So a wither skeleton bee. A witherproof block. Okay, I actually don't even know what that is. That's definitely a modded block. Oh dear. Yeah, that's gonna be really difficult to get. Okay, so we'll just hang on to this guy, I guess. And we'll have to work on that next episode. Because, yeah, I mean, so we're gonna have to actually go into the nether to get a wither skeleton skull. And then in addition to that, we have to get this steel scaffolding. But I think the general direction is in order to get the apiary, we're going to need a wither bee. In order to get a wither bee, we need a witherproof block. In order to get that, we're going to need steel scaffolding. In order to get that, we need steel. And in order to get that, we need a blast furnace. So that's what we got in store for us in the next episode. But for this episode, that is indeed all I have time for. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye. So I expanded and added another centrifuge here, and now, oh my god, it kind of just looks a little bit like the bottom half of a robot. Like these are kind of the legs with like the feet sticking out. Yeah, that's great. All right, well, yeah, see you next time.